Right, buddy, welcome back. This is the Manchester United versus West Ham preview. We'll be talking about, obviously, this is our first game of pre-season tour. We'll be talking about Bryan Mbeumo's debut, what to expect from Cunha, what Amorim said ahead of the game as well. So, yeah, listen, it's the second game of pre-season. A lot of changes will be made, but again, I still think it's an important game for United to kind of see what happened. I think pre-season, again, we're going to see a lot of young players. I'll talk about a few that I want to see. But in terms of going into the game, as I said, Maguire's linked up with the squad. He flew out after because he had a personal issue. And Mbeumo's with the team, Cunha's with the team. So yeah, listen, very, very excited. Now, in terms of goalkeepers, Andre Onana has been back in training. Do I think he'll start this game? Probably not. But I'm going to get into my team now anyway. I mean, in terms of West Ham, they're pretty poor, to be fair. I don't know what, I haven't looked at their pre-season. Obviously, they've got some good players. They've got former United player Wan-Bissaka. They've got Jarrod Bowen. They've obviously lost Kudus, which again could be huge for them. But in terms of United, in terms of the team that I would go with, again, you're going to see a lot of rotation, a lot of changes, which is expected. But I think it will be, I think genuinely Tom Heaton deserves to start in goal. In terms of a back three, I think I want to see this back three. Aiden, Heaven, Delay and Yoro. I've seen a lot of people talk about that and I want to see that. I think it has the potential to be United's strongest back three. I think Yoro on the right is fantastic. Aiden Heaven seems like a very, very good player, naturally left-footed on the left. And you've got Delay in the middle. Again, I'm not saying that's going to be the fixed back three, but that would be the back three I'd go with. I think it has that potential, the quality, and again, it's just all about trying new options. I think Lenny Yoro, what you've seen a lot from him in the last game was his diagonals, which were fantastic. 30, 40 yard diagonals to Leon and Dorgu were oh no, I think it was Dorgu who played on that side. So yeah, very, very happy with that. In terms of wing backs, I want to see Dorgu on the left. I want to see Ahmad on the right. I think Amad Diallo again is going to be our right wing back going forward. Again, you could see Delo there. I think Delo had a decent game against Leeds when he came on. But again, you could see Ahmad there. In terms of midfield, Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes is what I want to see. I think Bruno will start. Amorim's talked about how when you do play Bruno in the 10, you lose Bruno in the deeper midfield role. And then when he plays in the midfield, he likes to get in the 10 position. I think signing Cunha and Mbeuemo kind of helps that there. Again, another player though that I want to see, to be fair, is Sekou Kone in that midfield. And he could be a player that does get the second half. In terms of 10s, again, Cunha and Mbeuemo. Do I think Mbeuemo will start? I mean, that's really the question every United fan wants to know. I think Cunha will. I don't think Mbeuemo would. But again, I've put him in my 11 because, listen, he's had maybe, by the time we play the game, maybe 3-4 training sessions with the squad. Would he be able to go straight in? I don't know. But I think he will get some minutes, whether that's from the start or maybe he comes on maybe last half an hour. But again, very excited to see him. And through the middle, Xerxes. Now, I don't think Xerxes actually trained with the first team. So it probably actually won't be him. I'd go Cheeto. I think Cheeto, again, he's still a young, raw talent. And I think he can definitely improve. And he will improve. So yeah, listen, very, very excited to see him. I think he's a talented player. And again, but yeah, that would be my team. As I said, you can expect rotation. You could see Bayinda get some minutes. You could see Diego Leon star, Luke Shaw. I've missed out Maguire, Mazraoui. I've missed out Dallo. As I said, Casemiro, Toby Collier, Kobe Manu. So I've missed out quite a few players. But in terms of what to expect from the game, again, listen, in the UK is at midnight. So hopefully it's not boring, but it probably will be. I think you just want to see something from Manchester United that gives us a bit of hope, to be fair. I don't think we've seen much positivity from United at the minute. And again, it would be nice to see just something that, like, building from pre-season. I think the Leeds game was pretty boring. It was our first game of pre-season. I think Amorim, and I think the main sort of thing going into the season, and which Amorim talked about in his pre-match presser, is we have one game a week. So, for example, in terms of defence, I've said this quite a few times, we have a lot of defenders who are available to play, and only 3 of them can play. Like, you have Shaw, Delay, Mazraoui, you have Yoro, Maguire, Aiden Heaven, you got Martinez. So you've got enough defenders, and with one game a week, there's going to be a lot of competition for places, which again benefits United. In terms of wing backs, you've got Diego Leon, Dorgu, Dallo, Mazraoui, Ahmad. So you've got a couple of options there. In midfield, Casemiro is going to be here. Ugarte, if you sign someone on loan, maybe that's Palhinha. Then you've got Bruno Fernandes, Kobe Mainoo. In that midfield, Toby Collier, maybe Sekou Kone if I don't think he's going to be going on loan. Then in the 10s, you've got Cunha, Ahmad can play there, and MBUEMO can play there, Xerxes. If I think Garnacho will stay. So there are options there. A striker, you've got Cheeto, Xerxes, Hoyland. If you sign a striker, that gives you more options. So there are definitely options there. In terms of the game, I'm very, very excited. I expect United to dominate possession. I think United will ultimately come out with the win. I think we did have a, to be fair, I'm just looking at the stats here now from the Leeds game. We had 19 shots, 4 on target. They had more possession than us, more passes than us. So again, it wasn't the most dominant display, but I think it's always good as well to play Prem teams in pre-season. I think that does massively help. I mean, all the games apart from Fiorentina, we do play Prem sides. So we've got Leeds we've played, which again was pretty boring. Leeds do look alright, to be fair. You've got Bournemouth, Everton, West Ham, so there are Prem teams there. I'm excited to see what United are trying to build, and again, there's options there, but I'm most excited to see Cunha and MBUEMO, Cheeto, maybe an Aiden Heaven as well, see how many minutes he can get. But in terms of predictions, I'm going to go, I think we both score goals, but hopefully anyway. I would like to see Cunha and MBUEMO get some goals, but I'm going to go 2-1 United. Again, I just want to see I want to see players take their opportunity, to be fair. So maybe a Cheeto, like, bag a goal, or a Sekou Kone as an outstanding half or something like that. Again, it's pre-season, I'm not really the biggest fan, but again, it's just time to see players get opportunities and see what they can do. And I think it's good for that. I think last season we've seen Ahmad, we've seen young players get their chances before. So yeah, that's really what it's about. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. What is your thoughts ahead of this pre-season game? I mean, we've got 4 pre-season games left. West Ham, Bournemouth, Everton, and then Fiorentina as well. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. And there's only a couple of weeks, to be fair, to the what's it, 3 weeks now to the Premier League season starts. So let's see what happens. Thanks for watching.